I was rewatching the movie Tombstone the other day, and the scene with Wyatt Earp and Ike Clanton. You know the one I'm talking about, the one where Wyatt threatens to turn Ike's head into a canoe. It's one of the best scenes in the whole movie. I was rewatching that, and that scene got me thinking. Now, if you've watched the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's the scene where Curly Bill Brocious, who is stoned out of his mind, he's roaming around the street at night and kills the town marshal, Fred White. Wyatt then jumps in and knocks out Curly Bill with the butt of his pistol, and he starts to take him into custody. Well, Ike Clanton and some of the other members of the cowboy gang, they step in and they try to put a stop to it. They surround Wyatt, and they try to intimidate him and get him to turn loose of Curly Bill. Well, Wyatt, being Wyatt Earp, he, of course, refuses to let him go. And Ike presses in toward Wyatt along with the other cowboys, and he threatens to tear Wyatt apart. That's when Wyatt cocks his gun and shoves the barrel up against Ike's forehead, and he tells him, "Your friends might get me in a rush, but not before I make your head into a canoe. Do you understand me?" Now, this scene is so good, but it's not just a good scene. It's not just an entertaining scene to watch. It's a very instructive scene. In this scene, Wyatt Earp, as portrayed by Kurt Russell, is a good example of the right way for a man to deal with threats in real life. Let's take a look at it here. Look at Wyatt Earp's eyes. His eyes say he's made up his mind. He will pull that trigger in a second if Ike Clanton and his gang of cowboys force him to, and he won't think twice about it. Now take a look at Ike there. Look at his eyes. They're filled with terror and helplessness because he knows he's dealing with a man who ain't bluffing when he said, "You die first." Get it? This scene is a good example of this truth. A man must always maintain his cool when dealing with threats. Now understand this, okay? Keeping your cool doesn't mean being a wimp. It means when threats come your way, you have the self-discipline to keep your mind, to keep your emotions and your body under complete control. It means acting with rational aggression. Rational aggression means when a problem arises, you at first use your mind rather than your fists to solve the problem. But rational aggression also means being ready on a moment's notice to channel the warrior within and to dispose of any and all threats, and to do so severely if necessary in order to protect yourself and others. Take another look here at Wyatt Earp. He's in total control in this scene. He never, ever lost his cool. And because he kept his head, Ike Clanton didn't have to lose his. Wyatt didn't have to kill anybody here, but he was ready to do it if he had to. And the important thing is that Ike knew that. And that's why the bullies backed down and everyone walked away with their lives that night, except for poor old Fred White, whose death prompted this whole encounter. And the lesson we can learn from this scene is this: a man doesn't have to be a trigger-happy cowboy or a rage-driven Hulk or a hyper-aggressive bully to be tough. A tough guy, a real tough guy, is a man of wisdom and strength. He's a powerful man who is capable of inflicting great harm. But at the same time, he's a man who makes the choice, he makes the moral choice to exercise self-control and to do what's smart and to do what's right. And that is the essence of a real tough guy.